Hi everyone. So for this you want to flip back to the very back page in your notes packet. You should find a slide that looks just like this one. It says area of a triangle. It's right after, it's in the same lesson as all of the vectors and navigation and all of that stuff, but we didn't ever go back and do the second half of that lesson. And so what I'm going to show you right here is the way that a new formula for finding area of a triangle can come about. Okay, so I'm starting with our original formula, the formula we learned way back when, area equals 1/2 base times height, and I'm going to show you how I can turn that into a different formula. Okay, so I want you to copy this down as I'm going through it. Again, you should have a slide in your notes that looks just like this one, and there will be some questions in Nearpod as you go through the next few slides about this process. So you're going to want to make sure that you're paying attention and writing things down. Okay, so I'm starting with that same formula we had before. Area equals 1/2 base times height, so that should look familiar to you. The problem is with this particular triangle is I have a base, but given this information, I don't have a height. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at just half of this triangle separately, because you'll notice that what I do have is I have an angle down here, and I know this side length over here, this 18. I just don't know my height. Okay? If this is my angle I'm looking at, the h would be my opposite side, and the 18 would be my hypotenuse if I'm looking at this one side as like a right triangle. So O and H, that leads us to sine. Okay, so I could write a sine ratio. Sine 27 equals, and it'd be opposite over hypotenuse, so that would be h over 18. Now, if I were going to solve that for h, now I don't want an actual number here, I just am looking for the process, but if I was going to solve that for h, I would put this over 1 and cross multiply here, so that's going to give me 18 times sine 27 equals, and then here when I do 1 times h, that's just going to give me h. But that's what I wanted. I wanted h by itself. Because now look what I can do. Up in my original formula, I had an h. And I just found what h was. H is 18 times the sine of 27. Okay? So when I rewrite that formula from up above with my new information for h in it, it's going to look like this. Area equals 1/2 times the base of my triangle would be this 23, and then the height of my triangle would be this 18 times sine 27. Okay, I want you to see though what I really just did. Okay, because given my original triangle, the 18 and the 23 were just two sides in the triangle, and then the 27 was the angle in between them. That's why this is called, and you're going to see this in a minute, but this is called the SAS area formula, okay? Because it involves a side, and the angle in between. Look at this. This formula is really 1/2 times one of the sides times another one of the sides. Okay, that's what the 23 and the 18 are. And then times the sine, I have to slide this over a little bit, of the angle in between the two. Okay, and again, that has to be the included angle. So that's the angle in between these two sides. But what that lets me do is that lets me find the area of a triangle, even if I don't know the height. Okay, I didn't know the height in this triangle. Even if I don't know the height, as long as I know this angle in between the two sides. So that's where this new area formula comes from. Okay, and we're going to practice with it in just a minute.